Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers here present, our partners, our participants, colleagues, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to this very important meeting, this 2024 Africa PFM Conference and PIFA flagship training, which is happening in this very beautiful and historic city of Addis Ababa. First, I would like to thank our hosts, the government, and the good people of Ethiopia for welcoming us and for your hospitality. We really have been having fun since we arrived. Thank you very much for that. Let me also thank our partners, the World Bank, PIFA Secretariat, UNECA, for forging this partnership that makes this to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is obvious that one of the key challenges Africa faces today is public financial management. And this ranges from resource mobilization, allocation, utilization, to improving equitable service delivery and inclusive economic development across countries. African countries have all continued to face challenges of low fiscal revenues. A couple of our colleagues who have spoken earlier mentioned them. We have issues of tightened fiscal space. We have illicit financial flows. We have weak public financial management, especially when it comes to credible public budgeting, fiscal transparency, and accountability. These challenges are being exacerbated by climate change as well as financing pressures that are emanating from geopolitics, conflict, and insecurity, which are affecting the ability of these countries to meet their development aspirations and reduce poverty. One of the results of this has been the increasing number of countries that are facing debt distress. The magnitude and challenge of financing development in Africa is also huge. The African Development Bank, our bank, recently estimated that it will cost Africa about 1.3 trillion a year, which is equivalent of 42% of Africa's GDP in 2023, to achieve the SDGs by 2030. This, of course, is in the face of dwindling official development assistance to Africa and increasing illicit financial flows, which is currently estimated to be around $100 billion annually. There has also been increasing debt burdens, especially which is estimated to have risen by 2023 to 1.2 trillion. That is huge. So these challenges, as we can see, obviously call for improved prudence in the management of public finances. Indeed, public financial management lies at the core of resource mobilization, allocation, and utilization to ensure that government policy objectives and priorities are met within existing financial constraints. Indeed, this Africa PFM Conference 2024 and PIFA flagship training no doubt comes at a very timely and auspicious time. We know today we have policymakers, we have a lot of experts who are sitting around the table with a view to exchanging views on how we can support each other to ensure that we improve the PFM status in Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that the African Development Bank is at the forefront of supporting the improvement of public financial management in Africa, and we do this through lending and non-lending operations, especially when it comes to capacity development with respect to programs and also policies. The African Development Institute, as many of us might know, is the bank's focal point when it comes to capacity development on the continent to regional member countries. Currently, we're supporting all the 54 African countries on macroeconomic policy management, on public financial and debt management, and so on and so forth. And we do this through training, policy dialogue, technical assistance, as well as peer-to-peer learning. Now, let me just highlight a few of what we have done in recent times. On training, we have what we call a structured 18-month training that takes participants across 54 African countries through the entire PFM ecosystem. We started with 145 participants from 45 countries, and I'm happy to mention to you that we have some of the graduates of this program present and attending this meeting. On technical assistance, we're also providing bespoke support to countries that are facing capacity development challenges, including those who are having challenges with paying their arrears and those who are facing debt restructuring, as well as fragile states. And on policy dialogue and peer-to-peer learning, just in June 2024, we launched what we call the African Debt Managers Initiative Network, which I hope Honorable Minister Semerita will remember, graciously declared open right in the city of Addis Ababa. So partnership has been at the core of what we do, and that explains why we are working together with the PIFA Secretariat, UNECA, and World Bank to make this happen. So we look forward to deepening our partnership in this regard to ensure that we can support our regional member countries. So let me reiterate that this partnership will continue, and we'll love to really see more coming on board, because capacity development on PFM is a long-lasting thing, it's a long journey to work, it's a continuous thing, and in addition to that, it takes a lot of people to do it. The president of the African Development Bank, additional, usually says it's like a baobab tree. One hand cannot, go around it. You need a lot of people to hold hands to go around it. That is actually what PFM capacity development in Africa needs. So once again, I want to thank you all for attending this conference and training. I also hope that these 5 days of interaction, learning, peer-to-peer knowledge sharing, and networking will further strengthen our knowledge and capacities for PFM and better develop or deliver development outcomes for our people. So I wish all of us success in this conference and training, and thank all of you for your kind attention.